Welcome to Back to Me, the podcast where two friends overshare, interrupt, and occasionally let each other finish a sentence.
We are your hosts, Katie and Lisa.
Do you like my new intro?
It's lovely because we're not saying the number anymore.
Well, it's because last week I announced episode 8, even though it was episode 9, and we had spent the entire episode the week before talking about how it was episode 8. So my brain cannot...
Let's just not do that anymore.
But it took me like half an hour to memorise that.
I know, it's the worst part. It's the most difficult part of the whole day.
But yes, on to things. We have news.
Huge news.
Huge news. My sister followed you on Instagram.
It's huge. It is so huge. It's better than other people follow me on Instagram.
Okay,
but let's start from the beginning.
You tell us the real news, Lisa.
Well, it's been a very big week in the McFarland household. My husband had knee surgery on Monday. I did not do well.
Not about him. You didn't do well.
I didn't.
How's your knee?
He did great.
He's fine.
He did great. I didn't do well at all. It's a 20-minute surgery and I hardly survived.
Is it only 20 minutes?
Well, he was away for like 2 hours, but it was, oh dear, I shouldn't say just a little bit of meniscus and just a little bit of cartilage, not like a knee replacement or anything. I'm sure he wants the whole world. I'm sure he wants all our 63 followers to know about this. But anyway, it was 5 and it's now 63, so we're very happy.
It's 63 subscribers, but we have about 77 of you listen to us on an average weekly basis.
Isn't that so sad?
So really, yeah.
We're joking. We are very, very
grateful.
You. So went and I did not cope well. It's the closest I think it is to your partner being dead.
Being in surgery?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they're totally unreachable.
This is not like in a plane where you can't reach them.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah.
Totally unreachable.
Or like just in a business meeting.
No,
it's
totally unreachable. It's scary. I wasn't happy.
Oh,
I was very unhappy.
Sweet. That's cute. I like that. Oh, kick the table, sorry.
And I've lost my tissue, which I have to have. It was in between my legs. Perfect.
It's in between your legs.
It's not on my body, then it's in my body. Oh, awesome. That's not a clip.
It's not. Because it wasn't like a... Never mind. We're not clipping that. I might edit that out.
You gotta control yourself, Lisa. Okay, so I didn't cope well. The nurses were like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Nope."
Oh, you're like the husband that faints in the labour room. That's you.
Me.
Yeah,
that's me.
Okay.
I'm like, "It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay." Kissing, love you, love you, love you, and they're looking at me going, "What is wrong with you?" And I just like, "See you in a minute, pet. Be grand." So I don't do well. I just don't. It's fine.
Did you have the fear that he was not going to come out of it? Is that
just
what you
trying not
happening?
to let myself go there? But yes, it is a general anaesthetic.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, surgery is a big deal.
Yeah.
They do warn you that you could die when they...
Exactly.
So that's what you hear.
I think I shouldn't be there for those conversations.
Yes. He should agree to that without your presence.
He definitely should do that without my presence. So that was fine. We were home and all by 7 o'clock. But as we were sort of getting organised to leave, the lovely nurse who had been so lovely and so attentive all day was saying about that her shift was nearly finished, and I said, "Oh, what do you?" And we started talking about work, obviously, and she said, "Oh no, I know about your business."
Ooh.
And I said, I looked at Nigel like, "What?" And he looked at me and she goes, "I've been following since the beginning."
Awesome.
And I said, "Now, Jenny, if you're listening, you were very professional. If Jenny's bosses are listening, she was very professional all day."
You could have just given a fake name there.
I know, but no, sorry, that's true too.
Yeah, but never mind, Jenny, you're outed.
That was a fake name. So anyway,
you think the bosses are going to care enough to look up what nurse was looking after Nigel?
Exactly.
Okay.
She was very lovely. And so then the story went on and I went, "Oh, thank you so much." And she went on. She was like, "I spotted you both in the waiting room this morning." And I was like, Nigel's always like, "Can't go anywhere. Cannot go anywhere."
Not an entrepreneur.
Not an entrepreneur, more Belfast seemingly. So she said, and then I came up the stairs and I said, "We have a celebrity couple in our midst." She told the surgeon.
Oh dear, Jenny, you may need to widen your horizons a little.
Oh, it was so funny. It was
great.
such a good. We giggled the whole way home. It was so lovely.
Had she heard your podcast?
She had watched and listened to the podcast, and she's loved. She was lovely,
Oh,
and
thanks,
she was
Jenny.
Yes.
You're one of our
And
77.
she said Katie, and your friend Katie. See?
Yes.
So I thought that was going to be the highlight
That was
of
it.
my
That was
week.
the highlight. Your husband didn't die in a 20-minute surgery, and you were called a celebrity couple. But no, that is
That was
not even the best part.
The best part
Okay.
of our week. I can't really remember how it all started. Did I text you or did you?
You texted me a screenshot with something along the lines of, what?
Which is kind of
Was the
standard
words.
for every day,
Yes,
really.
most days. And the screenshot was of...
See, I keep calling her Josh. You keep doing that. Joss Stone.
Grammy Award winning singer, and songwriter,
fabulous mummy person.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I sent the screenshot of
she had liked one of your posts
and was following me.
and had followed you.
And I was like, this is not a real.
Clearly,
deal.
this is not the real Joss Stone.
This is not the real Joss Stone. Joss Stone. This is not the real Joss Stone. Went in, was like, right, well, she has nearly 1 million followers. I was
Yeah.
like, this is not
This
a real
must
thing.
be the real Joss
This is
Stone.
very bizarre. This is very, very strange. I then said, what? And said, should I follow her back? And you were like, oh my good gracious, yes, I think you should follow her back.
Yes.
So I followed her back and I sent a little message saying, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoy my work. I didn't say that. That's really bad. I didn't say that. I said, lovely. Something about lovely. Something
You
Northern
just said
Ireland.
thank you. Yes. Yeah.
That was the end.
It was. And then you went about your day.
I went about my day.
And then I followed her too because, you know,
As you do.
coattails. And...
Good friend, I was going to say.
oh, yes. 'Cause
And her Instagram is actually very fun.
do you know what? Joss Stone is one of those people that I know who she is. I know her songs, but I haven't she hasn't been in my, what's the word? Radar for a little while. But I've now caught up on a lot of her stuff. She's great. I followed her and then just happened to click on her reel. And whose face did I see? She had shared your reel. And said
She
very
had
nice
shared
things
my
about you.
reel and about the love language one. She shared the reel about the love language one. I just couldn't believe it.
So I phoned Lisa, and if you know me at all, there's only about 4 people on the list of people in the world that I will phone because I hate being on the phone. We can talk about that later. I'm not a good.
But yet you're doing. I
Phone
don't even say
maker.
that you're on a podcast right now.
It's not a phone. See, this is why I didn't really want to do this, but here we are. Once I'm on the phone, I'm fine. But anyway, I came out of my comfort zone and dialed your number. You didn't answer.
I was on a call.
And I texted her
and
and
I
I'm
got
like, why is
10
she-
texts and a phone call. I was like, has Antrim exploded? Why is she texting and ringing me?
Basically, though.
Basically, Antrim had exploded.
Yeah, she had shared your reel.
Shared the reel.
And then you talked back with her, and I think then she shared you again. And you.
I then got on
This
my.
is a very long.
I got on my
explanation.
stories, and people have probably everybody who's listening to this has probably
Yeah.
follows me on
So,
Instagram.
yeah.
Anyway, so then when I got back on to say thank you so much, couldn't believe it. She then shared that with a lovely, lovely message about how I'm doing our little bit to change the world, which was
Yes.
so lovely. So I think now she's doing a podcast.
So
with-
yes, I think my guess is that's how she found you in a way, because it seems her podcast is relationship,
yes,
life, coaching
with who is she doing it with?
with Lamar.
With
I had a super
Lamar.
crush on him back in the day.
And I need to look. I think he follows me now too.
I think he might.
It's too much. It's not too much. Thank you more. It's not too much. Thank you more. Thank you
But,
more.
Yes, so that they have a podcast now that just came out last Friday called
Yes.
Couple Love, where they talk about
Couple Love.
relationships. So if you listen to any podcast, listen to theirs. If you listen to 2, listen to theirs and ours.
So then we had that, and then I was in a hockle of all places. If you're not from Northern Ireland, it's a real place. It's called a hockle, and I
to spell
had
it.
a lovely massage that I had got for Mother's Day. I was then in the spa picking up some bits for dinner, and I got a text saying, "Are you seeing this?" I was laden with a hot chocolate and groceries, so I couldn't see it till I got
No,
back into the
panic.
car. Yeah, and I couldn't find my keys, couldn't get anything, I couldn't pay, couldn't do anything. And that was when she reassured things. So
That
it
was
was
when
a
she reassured
very
you.
big week.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank
You
you.
are making your little dent in the world.
We are making our little
We are
dent in
making
the
a
world.
dent.
And our best friend Jill saw it as well. And she also sent a very similar voice note on Instagram. What is happening? How are you seeing this? How are you seeing it?
Voice note. See, if I could embrace the voice note. No, that's just as scary as phone calls.
Do you think so?
Yeah, really. Do you? I just. Well, you
Well, I
obviously.
obviously
You're.
love a phone snack.
I just hate making phone calls.
Well, you'll be surprised about this. I hate ordering food.
I really hate ordering food. We have a family that we hang out with. One of my good friends, Karen. It's always a race to see who can opt out first because she also hates it. Why do we hate it?
Well, have you not seen the reels where it's like a girl, this is me, sitting in a hotel room saying, it's not really me, but like it is me, sitting in a hotel room, okay, I'm in room 137 and I would like a chicken sandwich. All she has to do is lift the phone and say, I'm in room 137, I'd like a chicken sandwich. But she lifts the phone and says, hello, I'm a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
That's me.
That's you.
I think I possibly overthink it.
I think that's going to be me, and then I panic and get anxious.
Subway is the worst.
Oof.
It's the worst. Gives me anxiety.
I'm not a big fan of Starbucks because they always want to know my name.
We give them fake names all the time.
I know this about you. Do tell. This is a good story.
Nigel and I may have fake names for each other. Is it alter ego? I don't know what it is.
Oh, your alter egos.
Have people watched, do you think people have watched Modern Family?
I should like to think so. It's a good show.
It's a very good show. But
Let's not review it, but it's a good show.
done now, isn't it?
It is,
Yeah.
but it was 20 seasons, wasn't it? Or was it not? Was it 7? I'm thinking.
The couple help me with the names here. The couple in Modern Family are called, real names are called Claire and
Oh my days! Why can we?
Phil.
Not? Phil.
Claire and
Dunphy.
Phil. Dunphy. And they have 3 children. We have 3 children. So, but they do this thing where when they go away, he calls himself Clive and she calls herself,
I can't remember her name.
can't remember, Natasha or something. Very exotic. That's exotic apparently in my world. Anyway, here we are. So when they go away for nights away, they go into these alter egos. So when Nigel and I saw this, we were like, what a brilliant idea. That is excellent. Forget the kids, forget life, make up new jobs.
If I recall, his name is John.
John. Yeah, we might have to change that. We've got quite a few Johns in our lives. And if any of those Johns are listening, that might have to get changed.
Yeah, Frank.
And he's a pilot.
Oh, John's a pilot.
I might have to change that as well now because I know a pilot as well.
What's your name?
Julia?
John and Julia.
John and Julia. I can't believe we're saying this in the podcast. Anyway, here we are.
I think I was in Starbucks.
So this is the thing. So we were out for the day and we were in I was actually sitting and he went to Starbucks and he put in our names as John and Julia and they turned around in the queue and we'll not mention this person's name, but she would be quite, she wouldn't really be into my world. Let's just put it like that.
She is a non-believer.
She's a non-believer and quite straight-laced. Is that everybody knows that means? Straight-laced. Not boring in any way, but just quite straight-laced. She probably knows who she is now. And
don't think she's listening.
I got to the till. They said John and Julia. And she knows his name is not John or Julia. He just walked over to me in his face. It was just like, I was like, what has happened? He goes, you know your friend, blah, blah, blah. She was behind me in the queue. Well, I was in a wrinkle.
That is good, in a wrinkle.
Do you have fake names? Have you ever done this little activity?
Not with producer Billy, but my a girlfriend and I had fake names in Starbucks, possibly because I didn't really like to say my own name. So Simone was always the name. And she, I think she'll correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think we started both saying our name was Simone. I can't quite remember. But anyway, she wrote Simone on her cup, or told them it was Simone, and the guy goes, oh, beautiful name. And we were like, because we thought we were picking a silly name, and ever since, Simone is the name.
Well, that's a good name.
Simone.
It's a good name.
I don't. John and Simone.
I don't think I could not think about that. I'll take that under advisement. Julia, I'll take that under advisement. I don't think that, because, my spelling is atrocious, like, how could I even, like, somebody come in with, that's just like, it would just be a scribble. It would just be like the first letter and a scribble of what
like
the
the
names.
Starbucks name. Yeah, that's what they do anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like when you're like, it's Stephen with a PH and they've written PHEVEN. Feven.
Well, we've been to America a few times on holiday and they call my husband, whose name is Nigel, Miguel.
Miguel.
MEG, yeah, instead of Nigel. He's like, I'm here for that.
Miguel.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Nigel's totally Miguel.
Yeah. Don't know.
Miguel and Simone coming to a hotel near you.
That's
I like
funny,
it,
isn't
Miguel.
it? That's funny. So, what I was going to tell you, and then our daughter is Elise. Oh, I should have told you that as well. The day of Nigel's surgery, Elise was starting her finals. It was a very bad day for me.
It's a bad day. And
Back to me, it's a very bad day
It's a very
for
bad
me.
day for Lisa, which turned into a great day. Thank you, Josh Stone.
True.
If can we discuss the password thing that?
What is the password? Yeah. So Elise is graduating as a doctor. This is my first time saying that out loud.
It's awesome.
On all of the things.
All of the things.
I just say they're both at uni. So Elise is graduating as a doctor. I feel I'm processing that. And we're very proud of her. She's worked very hard. And this was her finals starting the day. So it was just very difficult for everybody. Anyway, that's by the by. But I am, as we know, not a responsible adult.
No.
I like to know everybody disagrees with that. And there's a thing now that...
Takes one to know one.
No, you're very responsible.
Oh, really?
Billy's me. Billy, our brilliant engineer, is more me.
Okay. Am I responsible?
Who does the passwords in your house?
We do our own.
Well, I think you should keep a handle on his.
We should actually, because this is a very good cryptocurrency Bitcoin lost story there that I will not tell because this is not that kind of podcast where I would cry.
You might cry.
Yeah. Anyway,
So Apple, I believe, are doing a thing where they'll like
you can nominate your person if you die. What's the responsible adult that will have access to your accounts?
And we were discussing this with our eldest daughter, Elise, and we were just talking about this was happening. And she said, oh, right. And who would be the person then? Because in any other family, obviously, it would be your next of kin.
Yes.
And my husband went, you obviously, Elise. She was like, okay, I thought this conversation was going to be that mother would be the responsible adult. And I was like, no, absolutely
But
not.
you did want to have like a come together meeting before the surgery where he was going to be fine because it was 20 minutes to discuss all the passwords.
Well, guess what happened?
Where the passports.
He was literally coming around from surgery and Lara messaged to say, I can't get on to blah, blah, blah. What's the password? I was like, I told you we needed this conversation beforehand. So the man is like high as a kite on the drugs that they give you when they make you unconscious. And she's trying to find it. Oh, it was, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's everybody is the boss of the password. So if you're going to kidnap me, don't bother because I won't be able to get you anything.
Yes, I'm trying to get into her TikTok for her with her permission. And she's like, we're going to have to get a new code. I'm like, okay, you can. At one point, though, you said we're going to have to get a new one. I was pretty sure you were over there setting up a new TikTok account. I'm like, no.
No, I do have 3,000 people in here.
Yes.
We have to, the royal we need to figure that out.
We do.
We need to get onto that quicker
Yes.
rather than sooner rather than later.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm joking. And also,
she's not joking.
The back end, we have to sort out the back end.
Yep. Of the website, of your website. Yeah.
Why would they call it that?
Because it's the behind the scenes part.
Why don't they say that? It's the behind the scenes part, or it's the creative part, it's the loggy part, or
Well, it's
something.
not the creative part, it's the boring
back end.
foundational. It's the back end.
It's the front end and the back end.
I feel you-
Stop it.
You called it something slightly different than back end yesterday. I think.
Bottom end?
Bottom. I can't remember what it was, but I was like,
Which is what front, bottom, and back bottom mean.
and back bottom. Yes, you prefer the front bottom of the website, and I can deal with your back bottom. Yes.
They need different words for that. It's
Okay.
ridiculous.
I'm going to come up with different words for you.
Anyway, I have nearly got my lovely Sharon is going to get that all sorted out for us.
Oh, your website person.
So you can get into the back bottom.
Back bottom.
I really didn't mean to say back end. Rear end? Back end.
Yes, sometime this week, Lisa, I will be getting into your back bottom. And the whole tone of this podcast has changed since my introduction line.
Okay. You did say we're talking rubbish, which is perfect.
No, I didn't. I said we overshare.
Well, there you go.
Which we do.
You see, you got that organised. No, we wouldn't be good Northern Irish girls if we did not discuss the beautiful weather that we're having.
Lisa's got her arms out.
It
There's an arms crime.
It was an arms crime today. They were
very tanned.
What do you say? Was that a thing on Saturday?
She's very tanned.
Thank
for
you.
the listeners.
It's not real, obviously.
Oh, how was your thing?
We went to the big day out, and my girls kept saying, "What is it called?" I'm like, "It's the big day out." But like, what's it? I'm like, "No, it's called the big day out." So it's a girl called Caroline O'Neill, and she organised this because when we were doing the C word, she remember what the C word is?
Ovid.
Mm-hmm. She said, "When this is all over, we'll have a big day out."
Oh.
It's cute, isn't it?
That is good. And she followed through.
So I told my Lara about the big day out, and she said, "That is every woman's dream."
So what happens at the big day out?
So you get dressed up because it's a big day out. You get dressed up. Like people are there. Like I was dressed up, but people are there like wedding outfits.
Side note, interrupting your story. Did you see the lady at the Grand National that fell asleep in the hedge?
Stop it. Why? Was she drunk in the hedge?
I believe very possible. Because she was on her back, one of those hedges that would support you. She's fully on her back, holding her champagne glass completely upright, in her fancy outfit. Like, there's a couple of different photos. Now, I saw, what day was the Grand National? It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. On the day of the Grand National, that photo was everywhere. It was all over Reddit, it was all over Twitter, it was over the internet. This must have been Saturday, maybe. I was speaking to someone on Sunday, and I'm like, "Oh, did you see this?" And I'm like, "Oh, let me show it to you." Couldn't find the photo anywhere. So she has to be, I have since found it, so I'll show it to you after. You can look it up yourself. She must be somebody. She must be somebody with a lot of money that
can get
the internet wiped off her photo.
She probably just didn't have her lunch.
Oh, she looked like she was living her best life.
No,
I mean, she looked beautiful. She was taking a nap in a hedge. I mean, who hasn't done that?
Yeah, she's worried that the rest of us are judging her, where we're just like she didn't eat her lunch and she's just having the best day.
Yes, I would like to hang out with you.
Yeah, we can do. So on our big day out, no one was in the hedge. Okay. It was fine. So beautiful, beautiful day. People are properly kitted out.
Is this the first time they've done this or no?
No, she's been doing it now since we got. So I'm going to say 4 years.
Okay, so these people know to really.
Everybody knows the tickets sell out in like 10 minutes.
Oh, cool!
It's a big day. So it's 540 women in a room.
How many?
540 or something. Nige says it's like, Roald Dahl's The Witches.
Yes, the conference. This is the conference of the witches. Yep.
That's what Nigel's convinced us. Because last year I was speaking at them. So we went. There was 2 of them last year.
Oh, I thought you meant at the people. I'm speaking at them. I'm speaking at them.
No, at the two events. You
were speaking at the events.
Yes,
gotcha.
At the 2 events last year, I was doing a little 5-minute talk. And he came with me and we had a little overnight, just as our real people, not as our John and Julia.
Miguel and Simone.
Miguel and Simone. That's hilarious. And we then stayed in the hotel where the event was at, and Nige was like, "It is just the most bizarre thing. It's just women everywhere. It goes everywhere. There wasn't even like a man bar attendant. What's that now? They turned the male toilets into female toilets and everything.
Love that. That is great.
Exactly.
So where did Nigel go to pee?
He had to go up to the room to pee. There was actually no place for him to go. He was also not staying downstairs with 500 women. He was like, I'm out.
Missed.
You know him. Anyway, he
could have the room charm.
He could have the room charm. He's he's big flirt. He's not a little flirt.
He is a very large flirt.
And that's what Jenny, our nurse, said in the hospital. She said to Nigel, "You're a lot taller than I thought you were." Huh. I think really people think I'm a lot smaller.
That must be what it is. People think you are much shorter.
People are just like, she can't be that short. I'm pretty short. Like
you are quite short, but they obviously think you're shorter than the short that you are. If they think he's not as tall,
they thought he was much taller in real life. They said. Jenny said, "You're much taller in real life, Nigel." In real life. Maybe if I take photographs or something, I must make us look a bit more even. Anyway, that's not what we were talking about. We were talking about the big day out. So the big day out consists of getting dressed up, getting fake tan on so you can have your arms out in your podcast. And then you go there for about, doors open at 3. And
at the middle-aged woman, clearly.
Exactly. Daytime, all the things. So you get welcomed with a drink from Muff Liquor.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just going to let that go. Mm-hmm. It's a little town in Muff. The girl is lovely.
The town in Ireland.
Yeah, town in Ireland
Called
Muff. And she has a distillery there, and she thought this would be a very funny play on words.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
So you get greeted with a nice, it was actually vodka.
So you get greeted with a muff.
Get greeted with a nice Muff vodka.
I'm not a big vodka.
Oh.
I like it in just a vodka.
Oh, no, it was like, it was with a grapefruit
Oh, I do like
mixer.
it.
It was lovely.
Although that's risky.
Risky.
With all the antidepressants, the grapefruit.
What? Where are we going now?
You're not meant to eat grapefruit when you're on antidepressants.
Really?
Yeah. It's one of the things. It's like, don't drive heavy vehicles, don't drink alcohol,
Why?
don't eat grapefruit.
What the heck?
I don't know. It must be one of the chemicals. Anyway, apologies.
I know a doctor. We'll ask her.
Okay. Soon to be doctor.
Soon to be doctor, yes. Very true. As long as we get through this
She's
week.
going to be like, where do you get your medical advice from? Your podcast friend? No.
When we get through this week, doctor, yes. So, yeah. So anyway, so we go,
Cool.
you get welcome with the muff and other, like, mucha kapucha. Have you heard of mucha kapucha?
Is it kombucha?
Yes, but that's the girly.
Yeah, no, I have not.
That, and then there are, like, remember when we used to do the PTA and there was stalls at the school? Like
Hopefully not.
posh stalls. Not the stalls, not the cake, not the cake stand and the bric-a-brac. No, none of that. Posh stalls. Makeup, voodoo hair, bellamiento. I'm not, this is, if any of them could sponsor us, that would be wonderful. And then you find your seat and you want to be there in time because you get a good seat. And then there's a huge goodie bag on your seat with all the sponsors have donated stuff. It's very lovely.
It's a very expensive tickets.
Yes, 75 or something. I can't. Yeah, for what it is.
For what it is. So then there's talks.
Then there's a fashion show, and there was a lovely lady there called Dr. Mary, somebody or other, and her book is called "It's Probably Your Hormones." I think that's
I did. I saw a
funny,
picture.
isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't that funny?
That is, and also wildly accurate.
Yes, but something that men say that shouldn't. So I thought it was quite a nice play on words. She spoke very good. Have your dinner, and then there is a disco.
I saw you all doing the rock the boat.
Did you see that?
I didn't have a little giggle. I'm like,
1980s.
but everyone was doing it.
Everyone was doing it.
Abe
So
Sesse was the.
Abe Sesse was the DJ. He was fabulous.
Is he still
Only
on
man.
Q Radio?
Yes, he was on QD Radio on Sunday. Then the next day, I was like, "Abe, you mental." So he's lovely. I've met him at a few events. He's very, very lovely. And yeah, it was a great day out. It's like a wedding without the pressure
Love that.
of your own children or your husband.
Or like having to sit through a wedding.
I want to sit through a wedding. It's like
I used to work weddings. I have sat through hundreds of the things.
Are there any of them that are? Some of them.
Oh, some of them are great.
I'm a wee romantic, so.
Oh yeah, especially like the ones on the cliffs of Ibiza or in the downtown Chicago or.
I think I would like my children to go away to get married.
I actually, when producer Bill and I got married, it was pre-social media, so we didn't know. Should I let that go on, producer Billy?
That can just be his name.
I'm testing that. We'll call him that. It was pre-social media, so there wasn't all this. Well, you didn't have ideas. You just went to the local hotel and.
Okay.
One of my most favourite weddings was a marquee in the back garden where the friends all did the barbecue and they had a silent disco and it was...
People might know what a silent disco is.
Silent disco, you put headphones on and the music is played into your headphones but not. So there's
and
just
it's all the same music. Everyone
hears the same song, so everyone's dancing.
Yes,
You all
I've
think
done
you're
it in
in
Ibiza myself.
Oh, have you? Okay, darling, in Ibiza. And it's hilarious as the outsider person who's watching a whole bunch of people
really get into
just dance to silence.
It's very
It's
funny.
great. It's a brilliant idea whoever came up with it. But anyway, that was actually one of my most favourite weddings that I witnessed.
If it had been raining, would it change the scene, do you think?
Yes. It was London. And it actually happened to be around the time of the Queen's Jubilee. So it was all the Union Jack bunting all up the street and it all worked really well. That was one of the, but yes, going away, it depends.
It depends.
It depends.
It depends.
On where you go.
Mm-hmm. My brother and his wife live in America, and when they got married there, and then they came home here and had a party.
We got married here and went to America and had a party.
Perfect.
I
Was the
got
party
married in America?
Yeah, was the party
We went the other way
better?
around.
Was the party better than the wedding? Just something relaxed about it or something.
Yeah,
isn't
it was a lot more relaxed. I got to wear my dress again, but there was no pressure.
Yes.
A lot of my family did come over. Yeah,
there? Yeah.
it was.
How do we get the weddings?
I don't know.
We definitely had a thought. Big day out. So that's what it's like. It was very
Well,
was
on
very
Saturday,
tired.
my children were away. They were away all weekend on a youth weekend, which was the first time my younger had been away. Totally
Fine about it. Yeah.
totally fine about it. And I'm glad because you want them to be independent and able and all
No.
that.
No.
But
No, we want them to cry and garden and
we
want us
there's
desperately
two levels
for at least
of
5
what-
minutes.
Yes. None of that. See
None.
you, Mum. Off they went. I texted them, I love you, good night. Have a neither
Nothing.
of them replied. But then halfway through Saturday morning, I got from my youngest, he is 11, did you not pack my black hoodie? Which I replied, you're away for 2 nights. You already had 3 hoodies. I did not. And that was it. I didn't hear from him again. And I didn't hear from the older one at all. So I'm glad because they were having a great time. And then producer Billy was working in Dublin at the David Gray concert.
Good.
So I had
Did you meet him?
He did not meet David. They're not, when you work in the production, they're sort of like, you don't talk to the artist.
Okay.
But from what he saw of his interactions with other people, he said he was really lovely. Anyway, the point of this story is me. I had the entire house to myself for an entire day.
Back to you.
I didn't know what to do.
It is.
I took myself to TK Maxx and walked around in my leisure.
And we weren't podcasting because...
And we weren't podcasting because producer Billy was
Producer Billy,
away. And there's new mics, and I think we could do it without him now.
Shh, don't tell him. Because he loves it, hates it.
He loves hates it. Yeah.
He loves, hates it, yeah.
He's very supportive and wants us to do it, but is mad at us for it.
But also gets the capacity. Because we're in his wee space.
We are in his
And then he
space.
has
Good
to leave
space.
this
You
wee
can hire
space.
this space
Absolutely.
if you would like. It's
Do your own
space.
podcast
Yeah.
and be mortified like us. So you hold day to yourself. It's disconcerting, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I thought about you a lot. I'm like,
See?
this, yeah.
This is my feeling.
I don't like it. You think you're going to like it.
Yeah, you think you're going to like it and you got about an hour and a half in
yeah,
and you're like, okay, that's me all done now.
Yeah.
That's me sorted.
Why is no one coming to
Why is nobody love me?
No one loves me.
No one is, no. Exactly. Well, I am going to have the opposite situation. We will have to brace ourselves and send prayers. Both my girls are coming home for 2 weeks. Now, I miss them desperately.
Oh, but...
Please don't make this a clip. But you do get used to the house being a wee bit quiet. And that there's only 3 of us to clean up for. Well, I don't. Nigel actually does a lot of that. And
Yes, what do you care?
Jake's very good. But it's more just like stuff. It's just everybody has stuff.
Well, they're not moving home, though.
No, but they'll bring stuff. They bring a case with them, and there'll be coats, and there'll be shoes, and there'll be. There's just it's. We just go from 3 to 4 is fine. 3 to 5 people is just. It's just quite.
And are any of the boyfriends come in?
No, not this time. Okay. And if that happens, then it's quite. That's quite a lot. And we've never had it that both the boyfriends have come home at the same time. So we'll have to see. But that would be off. But it's great fun. It's lovely. It's 2 weeks. It's all going to be fabulous. Fabulous. And they don't understand that, like, I have my little parts of the house that are mine. Oh. They don't understand the rules anymore.
Oh, well, you need to tell them the
I
rules.
need to tell them. Like, Jake knows the rules. He knows if I'm working.
Why don't you do the rules now, and then they'll
when I'm working,
passively aggressively tell them through
when I'm
podcast
working
call.
in my sunroom, you don't come in. That is the rules. And also when I'm sitting looking like I'm not working, I may be making a reel. You don't come in. You let me come to you in the kitchen. Jake knows the rules. I didn't have to spell it out. He knows.
We should get you a little on-air sign. You can have them both the doors so they can't come in.
I've seen them, both of them, try to speak to me
it's 'cause
while
they
I'm
love
on
you.
a call. I'm like, just go. You've got your car.
I suppose
Just go. And then the next problem will be, it's technically Lara's car. Elise will want to drive it when she's home, and Jake is learning in said car.
And why is it Laura's car?
Elise also has a car because they're little spoiled madams. Elise needs a car over
Her
in
car's in
Scotland.
Scotland. She's not bringing
because she
it
could go anywhere for the hospital. She can go anywhere. So there's no point bringing it back.
But Laura doesn't have her car.
Lara does not need her car. Where she studies, she just can walk
So
everywhere.
it's sort of Jake's car.
So it's sort of Jake's car now, but that not when Lara comes home on Monday. It'll not be Jake's car anymore.
Okay.
And Jake is
So
on
you're
it.
going to have to buy Jake a car
No, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. Mark this word.
2 weeks later. So what car did you buy him?
So there you go. I'll be very glad to come and pod with you to get out of my... maybe I'll come here and work, actually.
Oh, yeah.
That would be actually much better.
That's actually a good idea.
That is a very good idea of mine.
You have had a good idea.
I have had a good idea. That's the drama that's upcoming. And apart from that, and Joss Stone asking me to be on her podcast, that's all that's going to happen.
And it was the love languages that you were talking about.
She seemed to like that very much.
But then
Yes, go ahead.
someone commented
Yeah.
on about how the love languages are controversial because of the person that theorized them and came up with them.
Theorized them. See, you're
Theorized
so
them.
smart. I love that.
That's probably not the right word, but thank you.
I'm using it.
Yeah, that's yours now. He's apparently a bit controversial. He's said some controversial things. And so then
You went down a rabbit hole with that, did you?
we totally went down a rabbit hole.
yeah.
Can you love the art and hate the artists?
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you can.
I think you can. And remember, love languages have been around now for about 30 years.
Yeah.
We've only really just started, it's a bit like gaslighting. Gaslighting has always been a thing, but everywhere you go now, they're
Now we can
gaslighting,
talk
they're
about it, yeah.
gaslighting. Yeah. The gentleman who created them is a very Christian man.
Okay.
And some of his ideas would definitely be seen as being dated now.
Okay.
Okay. But people have taken these love language tests. Let's just recap: time, touch, words of affirmation, acts of service, and gifts.
And steaks.
Steaks.
No,
That
this
would
is
be
fine. I
acts
cooked
of
myself a
service.
steak on
You cooked
Saturday.
yourself a
I
steak.
did.
Well, that's very
I was like,
good.
I'm on my own. I'm going to get a steak.
You spoke your own love language to
Yes,
yourself.
to
I love
myself.
that.
Anyway, sorry.
I love that. So now people have taken it, like psychologists now have taken it and done tons of research around the fact that we believe that the way you receive love now from your partner is either the way you didn't get it as a child or the way you did get it as a child.
Sorry.
I know.
It's either.
It's either. It's either.
That's like,
But it's not like...
it's either yes or
Or,
It's
as
no.
a good psychologist would say, or it could be a no, actually. Yeah. I think it's more going to things you didn't get as a child.
Okay,
So, like,
interesting.
I wouldn't have got words of affirmation as a child.
and so that you crave it
I
now.
really like words of
Crave
affirmation.
is maybe not the right word.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
So yeah, so he's not entirely controversial. He's just a bit dated.
Yeah.
But what he said has since
Yeah.
been looked at, studied,
Proved.
and thought
Proved,
approved by
yeah.
other people. So you can be right.
And he has lots of things he talks about, like apology languages and things like that, and you just take the bits that work for you.
Yeah, because I don't think you're going to look into the background and beliefs of every single person that you ever like.
What about your man, Jordan Peterson? It's like, who he is?
Yeah, I'm not.
I know, I'm not either. I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know what I am. I don't know what I am
yeah,
about him.
yeah.
I don't know what I am about him. But he has some good
But
thoughts.
he says some good things.
He has some good thoughts.
Elon Musk.
People probably say, "Oh dear God, now we're going there."
No, but
Well,
I'm really
people
not.
probably say things about me and you. Like, there's some good ideas, but the rest of it's
Yeah, they
Wow.
well, they definitely say that. I say that too. But I'm not going to get political, but because he became controversial in America, people started hating on his cars.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Volkswagen is rooted in
Yep.
Nazi history. Like, are we going to look into now? I'm not defending Elon Musk. Don't take it like that. But do we need? If you're going to take it for one thing, you need to look.
Do you know who Nick
everything.
Cave is?
I know who
You
Nick
will.
Cage is.
No, well, this is Nick Cave, and I'm me doubting myself. Nick Cave.
I don't know who Nick Cave is.
You do.
Oh,
Did you watch Peaky Blinders?
yes.
He's the guy who wrote the theme tune for Peaky Blinders.
So I know his work.
You know his work, exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
And he was, I think, quite famous more maybe in my time in the 70s. And he was in a band. Yes, he twinkled. Yeah. Is that who's waving at me over there? Is that Princess Leia waving at me?
It's the Queen.
Oh, it's the Queen. It's
It's the
quite
Queen.
disconcerting, I got to tell you. We'll
it's
put her
the
on the
Queen.
table next week.
It's a solar charged waving queen.
It's like this, and it keeps
She's
catching
in
my eye.
She's in her tweeds.
I should have started phrasing. Anyway, so Nick Cave, now I'm doubting myself, says, I get his email, and he says, can you love the art and not
And
like
what
the
is
artist?
his decision?
Yes.
Would
Because
you
what
hang
about
it?
all those movies we can't watch anymore because of all those horrible people that are in them?
Hmm.
Man, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
You know, and we never
House of
going
Cards.
House of Cards. Are we never going
We
to
weren't
watch?
allowed to watch anymore because Kevin Spacey was back.
Yes, and what's the other really good movie he's in? Usual Suspects. So we can't watch these movies anymore. Yeah, we can't watch them. We can't. We just actually can't.
You just can't.
We just can't.
But I actually disagree with that theory that. Yes, I agree with you.
Okay. You can love the
art, not the artist.
I don't really like Taylor Swift, but when her songs come on, I'm bopping away. I don't mean like her. I mean, I don't.
You don't.
I don't
follow
think her
her music.
I don't think her music is very empowering. I know. Sorry, don't kill me.
Well, thank you for sticking with our podcast until now. You just
Taylor Swift will not be sponsoring us. Do you know what I mean?
But I love Taylor Swift. She can sponsor my half. Next week I've got this like super fancy.
Well, okay, maybe all the Swifties are having a heart attack now. I'll listen more to the music.
I think you've heard one or two songs that
don't make strong women.
To listen to the other songs that do.
Okay, you send me some.
I will.
That make strong women.
Okay.
It's all this. I'm nothing without you. Can't be coping with that.
She's not really. I'm nothing without you. She's like, you were a jerk, and really? I'm never going back to you. Yeah.
All right. Okay. You can convert me. It can be your job for next week.
I will convert you to a Swiftie.
Look at the time. And also, did you see the reel went mad yesterday? And
the one where you talked about
SEX. It went mad yesterday. It was literally 1 minute sitting in Jake's car, which I was taking for him to drive at the end of my road. Car. And it's got like 20,000 views already.
It's because we all thought you were talking about you. And we're like, ooh, juicy.
I did do that. I did do that. That was clever, wasn't it?
Yeah. I knew you weren't.
Uh-huh. But I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start saying things like, I really dislike him. Because that's all you need. You just need tiny bit of clickbait.
It's the clickbait. It's what makes... It's true. People don't really want to listen to things for much more than 30 seconds.
And also they don't want to hear nice things.
And I think, yeah. So,
it's very sad. Yeah, it's human nature.
Human nature.
We want to be nosy. That's why all the TV shows and all the things is you don't see somebody in a nice, pleasant house.
No, living their best life.
Yeah, you don't see calm.
Nothing terrible happens.
Yeah, we watch the Osbournes and we watch the Kardashians. We're not going to watch them all sitting around having a really.
We're not going to watch the Maze.
No.
Billy's cooking dinner again.
And that's good. And isn't that a good thing?
Yes.
Okay, that's a long one today.
Oh, we're done.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
I only say it once.